Hey friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Cristina. I am an intuitive energy healer, reader, channeler, and spiritual teacher. When I say reader, I mean like energy reader, not like, no, I'm a reader that reads books. Anyways, just wanted to clear that up because I just said it and it sounded funny. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. I just felt really, I want to say called to, but I feel like so many people use that term, but I just really felt this urge, this want, I guess I should say, to come on and talk to you guys. I've been really, I guess, enjoying sharing what I've been going through personally in hopes that it can help you. You know, my realizations or whatever I'm working on, whatever I'm healing, I'm hoping that sharing my experience can help you on your path in some way, shape, or form. And of course, sharing my knowledge as well and everything that I have picked up along the way, all the tools to get me here. So, though, what I really want to talk about today is, you know, lately I've been feeling my whole world just crumbling down, like truly. The image that came to my mind is the tower moment in tarot. I don't really read tarot or anything. I don't really know much about it, but I do like to watch the videos on YouTube every once in a while. So yeah, the tower moment's what comes to mind, like everything just crumbling down and falling apart. It's interesting because like physically I'm okay. You know, I have a home, even though I am in transition. Like I think that's been getting me a lot, just trying to find a new apartment has been really feeling rocky, making my world feel rocky. And it just, because right now my apartment's just not ideal. There's been a lot of construction. It just hasn't been a safe space for me, when usually my homes are like my sacred space. So when that kind of gets taken away, I guess, I start kind of panicking, you know? So that's been going on a lot in my life right now, just kind of feeling like a lot of things are just crumbling down, and I'm in like this point of transition. Like what it feels like is, maybe some people could call it the void or purgatory kind of a feeling, or like a bridge, but you're like, I don't know what's on the other side of the bridge. And it's been scary, to say the least. I feel that a lot of my fears have been coming up, of like not feeling safe, or thinking that everything's just going to fall apart, or that I don't know where I'm going and I don't know what's happening. And you know, that's a big theme for me. Like ever since I was a little girl, I hated not knowing what was going on. Like I could feel that something wasn't right in my home. You know, I grew up in a pretty chaotic environment, just my parents not knowing how to deal with their emotions and everything that they were going through. Therefore, all us kids, I'm one of 5, I had a lot of feelings and didn't know what to do with them. So it just felt like a lot of chaos at home. So I could always sense like things are not okay, or things are not right. Something's not right with my mom, my dad, like their relationship together. My siblings are not okay. Like I knew that on an energetic sense, but you know, from a little kid's perspective, you're confused. You're just like, why aren't things okay? Or why isn't my mom talking to me? Or why are my parents not talking to each other? You know, you question all of these things, and no one would tell me what's going on, even though I knew so strongly, like something's not okay, but no one's telling me why. No one's telling me what's going on. No one's telling me why things are so weird, or why our schedule needs to be changed. Or I also grew up in a family where it's like you just do as you're told, but there's no explanation as to why. So that added more confusion to me. So this is like a theme that I've been working on pretty much my whole life. I always wanted to know what was going on. Like, just tell me. Like I would tell my friends or people I dated, like, just tell me what's going on. Tell me how you're feeling. Tell me what's up. Like, I just don't want to be sitting here guessing or wondering how you're feeling. And obviously, like, it's easier said than done. Not everybody knows how to communicate like that. Shoot, I barely knew how to communicate what was going on. So I was part of the problem. But meanwhile, I'm like telling everybody, like, tell me what's going on. But I couldn't even tell people what was going on with me. I wasn't aware enough, and I didn't have the tools or the proper words to really express myself. So that's a tangent for a whole nother video. But the point is yeah, I always wanted to know what was going on, and when I didn't, it would freak me out. So that's why I became someone that like was always very scheduled and very organized, and knew what time I had to be where and when I was going to do, like, let's say homework when I was in college or high school, whatever. Like, I knew what time my classes were. I knew what time I was going to do homework. I knew what time, like, I would schedule like everything in. So I knew what was going on for the most part. Yeah, maybe like every now and then I would leave some room to just like whatever happens that evening, like whatever happens. But for the most part, I needed a plan. I needed to know which college I was going to go to, which job I was going to apply to, you know, where I was going to live, like things like that. And if I didn't know, I would start really freaking out. So right now, because I'm in such a transition of my life, it's like almost on like a very personal, energetic level. And then also, but my physical is kind of reflecting that. I do find myself like, oh my gosh, you know, almost like panicking, like I don't like this feeling. But you know what? This is the first time I've chosen to really sit with this emotion, to sit with this feeling of being uncomfortable and not knowing, and the mystery of life, in a sense of where are we going to move next, like, or where we're going to go live next, where are we going, what's going to happen, you know, financially, is everything going to be okay? And everything's just changing, and there's a lot of external factors that I cannot control. You know, I can't control my landlord. I can't control the real estate agents are helping us find new apartments. I can't just magically make something appear out of thin air, you know. It just, there are things that just, again, are out of my control, and I need to learn to be okay with that. And honestly, I didn't even think I was going to start talking about this per se, but I'm just kind of going with it. I'm just going with the flow. So somebody, whoever comes across this video, I guess you need to hear that about surrendering and what that truly means. And again, it's difficult. It really is. It having control or having a plan, I guess having this plan, right, gives us this false sense of security, this false sense of control of like, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to go to this home and I'm going to pay this much money, and then I'm going to have this job, and then I'm going to do this. And we think that's what's going to happen, right? But there's so many times, and I'm sure you have experienced this, where you make a plan and then things just go somewhere completely different. Either that things fall apart, or you end up somewhere completely different from what you thought, or your plan doesn't go in order. You go in all these different steps. And you know what? It's all okay. And maybe that's not the most fun thing to hear, like everything's going to be okay, but it really is. I think what I'm learning from all this is just like continue to move forward, and you will figure it out as you go. And I think that's a big thing for a lot of us. It's like, stop planning so hard. Stop trying to set everything in its spot, and like this goes here and this goes here and this goes here, and like just stop doing that and just take the next step that you can see, and then wait till you can see the next step, and then the next step, and the next step, and just literally take it one step at a time. You don't need to figure it all out today. You don't need to have all of the ideas for your business today. You don't need to have all of the ways you can make money today. You just have to see the next step. And at this point, I kind of feel like I'm channeling, because this is something I needed to hear, truthfully. I keep having, like, especially this week, I've been battling myself, but then I've been trying to control things and have these plans, and I've been like obsessed with trying to find this apartment. I've been talking to so many different agents and trying to constantly be on Facebook or looking at the market, like what's available, what's out there. And it was driving me crazy. I was becoming like very obsessed, very just, I guess obsessed is like the best word I could think of right now. But it felt so heavy and icky and just constricting, and I felt like the walls were just coming to me and about to crush me. And I just felt like I need to control this, I need to figure this out, I need to figure my way out, like I need to stop, you know. And it was just making things worse, just becoming more obsessive and just wanting that control. I kept wanting to control the outcome. I kept trying to control what was going to happen, what people were going to say, everything. And that's not how it's meant to be, you know. Flow is not that. That is the opposite of flow. And we are meant to flow with life. You know, every time I think about this kind of energy, that me becoming obsessive and trying to control everything, it's almost like you're standing in the middle of a river and the river's coming at you very strongly and you're trying to push back, you know, and you're trying to maybe like even walk up the river, and it's just like going against the current, I guess I should say. And we see how hard that could be. It just makes things feel so impossible. Like you're never going to get up the river if you keep doing that. Maybe you just need to go down the river, just like flow with it and just let it take you on a ride. Let it take you, you know, down this path that you don't know where it's going to lead you, but hey, that's okay. Maybe you'll be really surprised along the way. Maybe you'll find some magic along the way. Maybe you'll meet some people along the way. As you're floating down the river, you'll find other people floating down there with you too. It's just, and I feel like that's what they're showing me, like my guides and stuff, they're showing me like that's what surrender is. It's stop going against the current and just flow with it. Let yourself go on this ride and down the river and just see where it takes you. Because you are truly guided. And I know it sounds like so, like a cliche. Everybody says, you're so guided, you're so protected. And it's true. We hate to hear it because we don't feel like it that at times, but it's because we're trying to fight back. Again, we're trying to control things. We're trying to make it look a certain way because our minds and our egos are trying to tell us they know what's best, but you know what? Our egos don't. Our human mind can only comprehend so much. Our consciousness is only open so much. It's our soul that really knows what's up. Like our soul has done this, for the most part, most of us have done this so many times. And even if you don't believe in like reincarnation or multiple lives or past lives, whatever you want to call it, I do believe our soul is a part of the universe. You know, when people say you're God's child, it's like, yeah, you are. You can say you're the universe's child, but you're like a part of the universe. The universe is inside of you. So almost think of like your soul is like the energy that's inside of your body, and that energy is the same as the universal energy that's all around us. And that energy is so wise and so expansive and so incredible, and it's full of peace and love and unconditional love, and there are no worries really. When you tap into the universal energy, there are no problems there. There's only love, peace, truth. And that's the energy you really need to find within yourself. Especially when you're going through all of this turmoil and all this chaos. It's finding, and excuse me while I get emotional, but it's about finding that true love that's inside of you, that light, that wisdom. It's always there. You just forget it because you're so lost in the heaviness, the density of these emotions. You get almost blinded by your worry and your stress and your shame and your guilt that you can't remember that you are light, that you are love, that you are intelligent on an energetic perspective or an energetic level. You have a lot of wisdom within. And I feel that we get lost a lot because of our minds and our egos trying to tell us like, no, you're not safe, you're not safe. Look what everything's going on. Look, you're running out of money. Look, you need to move out of your home and you can't find a new one. Look, your friends aren't calling you back. You know, it's like we are almost trained to look for problems and trained to look for things that are abnormal or whatever you want to call it. It's like we've been programmed to find problems. We have been programmed to find the worst in every situation. Like, you know, if you call your family and you tell them like, hey, I lost this amount of money and I can't find a new apartment, like they're gonna freak out. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, no, everything's going wrong. Oh my gosh, you need to figure this out. Da, 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 da. They're not gonna tell you like, hey, everything's gonna be okay. Just tap to the energy within, connect to your soul, connect to your higher self, connect to the universe. Everything's gonna be fine. Like no one's gonna tell you that. At least most people won't. And I think that's part of the challenge of being human, is learning how to work with both the ego and your soul, to work with your emotions, but not letting any of this consume you. Like, do not let your ego be the captain of the ship. Do not let your emotions just control your every move. You know, sometimes I see my ego as like little me, like little Cristina, and I'm reacting as like a 5-year-old would, you know, and it's up to me as more the adult me to be like, hey, little Cristina, I see you. It's okay that you're scared. It's okay that you're worried, but you know what? You don't have to be, because I got you. I figure it out. Me, the adult, will figure it out. A lot of us as kids maybe felt responsible for our parents or our caregivers to make everything okay, or to make it feel good in the home, or to make people happy. So we felt responsible, and we weren't allowed to just be kids and to just have fun and enjoy ourselves and just know that we're okay, you know? But as kids, it's not like they get taught how to worry. They get taught how to be in fear. They get taught how to not feel safe. But when they're really little, they don't even think about that stuff. You know, I work with kids of all ages, like 6 months to like 12 years old. And when they're babies, like, they're not worried about a thing. They're just like, hey, I need to eat and I need to sleep. And, you know, as they get a little older, like toddlers, like, yeah, they just want to play. Yeah, they have their emotions, but it doesn't dictate, like, if they start crying because you took away their toy, that doesn't mean like their whole day is ruined and they're not going to play anymore. They like eventually will learn to calm down and then go find another toy to play with, you know? So the point is that we get taught how to be this way, and it's not our natural way of being, and it just makes us all very miserable, honestly, to give in to all of these fears and worries and doubts and insecurities. It's just, again, our ego trying to be like, trying to keep us safe in the weirdest way. It's our ego trying to be like, look, you're not okay if this happens, you know, go change it, go do something different, go figure this out, instead of just like listening to our soul, which sometimes our souls whisper, but they'll whisper the answers of like, no, you just have to go that way and you'll be okay. So I don't know, I didn't expect it to go in that direction. I just felt like I needed to talk, and I hope this all kind of made sense in a way. And I'm just sending you a lot of love. Like, if you're feeling like your life is crumbling, that you don't have direction, that you don't know what's going on, that you don't even recognize yourself these days, like, just know you are not alone. I'm right there with you. We're doing this together, and we will figure it out. And I just want to channel like a quick message, I think, for all of us. Obviously, I need it too. So I'm just going to do a quick, just tapping in. I see the collective color, and I just want to ask the universe, God, the creator of all that is, to give us a message, anything that we need to hear in this very moment for our highest and greatest good. Any direction, any advice. Just help us see what we don't see, or understand what we can't right now. So I am open and ready to receive whatever messages you need to tell us. I swear it's always similar messages, but I just heard very clearly, like, slow down. We all need to slow down. They almost want me to even talk slow. Take a nice deep breath, let it fully out, and slow down. We are getting bombarded with a lot of news, with a lot of information, with a lot of changes. Our bodies are going through a lot of changes on an energetic level. Our souls are elevating, believe it or not, they really are. It's time to keep purging, purge the fear, purge the insecurities, purge what no longer serves you. The old you, lack of better words, but I just heard the old you needs to die. The old you needs to go. And it's time to be reborn into who you really are. But you won't be able to do that unless you slow down and allow yourself to cry, and allow yourself to release, and allow yourself to just remove whatever anger and fear that you may be hosting in your body. And you're really encouraged to do like guided meditations to release fear, release any anger. And now that you guys are watching, and I thank you all for allowing me to keep my eyes closed because it just makes it easier to channel, but if you're watching this, I want you to just take a quick moment to close your eyes, to take a nice deep breath with me. Let's inhale in and release. And just put your hands on your heart and almost try to feel the heartbeat if you can, or just feel the energy of your heart. And just notice very quickly, what kind of state are you in? What kind of state is your heart in? How does it feel? Take a moment to just ask, heart, how do you feel? And whatever comes up, just allow it to be there. If you need to cry, allow yourself to cry. If you need to make some sounds, let that out. Maybe a big loud sigh, or just some kind of yell. Just hold yourself for a moment. And I want you to tell yourself, I am okay. Even if I don't know what's going on, I am okay. My soul knows that I am okay. Even if my mind and my body don't know, that's okay. I am okay. I am guided. I am protected. And I want you to all maybe call in your higher self, or call in your guardian angel. Let's call in anyone that wants to come in that is of unconditional love, of the highest light and the highest wisdom, straight from source, straight from the Creator, just to come in and give everybody that's watching this a quick healing in their heart, to remove any doubt, any fear, any worry and insecurity. Start moving it out of their body, taking it out of their heart, and sending it back to the universe to be transmuted into unconditional love. Just for you, the watcher, just allow it to happen. Let it go. If you want to watch it as like black smoke leaving your body, go ahead, or just a different color. You can watch it just leave your body. Very good. And then I just want to ask all of you to imagine a golden ball of light above your head that's full of unconditional love and healing, straight from the Creator of all that is. And bringing back a lot of your own energy, your true essence, who you really are at the core on a soul level. And I ask you to crack it open, watch it pour down like a waterfall from the top of your head all the way down your whole body. Just giving you a quick healing and a blessing and a cleanse. Removing all of that old energy that no longer serves you. All right, thank you, all of these beautiful beings of love, for being here and giving everybody a little bit of a healing. If you're watching this, I just ask you to take one more deep breath in. Let it out. And you can slowly open your eyes. I hope that helped. I hope it gave you a little bit of at least peace for a moment. I really felt like we all needed that, And I really do wish you the very best on your journey. Again, we're in this together. Everything's gonna be okay. Well, I want to thank you for watching this. If you watched the whole thing, thank you for listening to my story. Thank you for allowing me to do a quick little channel and a quick healing for you. I really felt like I needed to do that for whoever's watching this. And I always forget to shout myself out, but please like, subscribe, share with other people. I do offer my services. I don't have like a set website yet. I just use my email. I know it's not the coolest way to get in touch with people, but if you want to, have a one-on-one session with me, I do intuitive energy readings. I give healings, and I also teach how to read energy and how to be more in tune with your intuition and with your heart. And it's work that I am so passionate about and I love doing. So if you want to work with me, if you feel called to, please reach out. Again, I know email's not the most fun way to reach out to somebody, but if you feel like you want to work with me, I am here. Okay? Well, I'm sending you all so much love. Again, thank you so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I will see you on my next video. Bye-bye.